Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing well. Got a interesting one for you today. Well, I hope it is. We're on the Halloween event, and today I'm going to be talking about... Yeah, I have another one of those capsules that entered. This one has lasted quite a few days, though. I'm going to be talking about Alex and the grandparents. But before I begin that, I just want to let you know that it is the Halloween event, and I don't know if I have a mod going that I'm not aware of, or if this was always in the game and I just never noticed. My goodness, excuse me, and I just never noticed. But the characters are dressed up in Halloween costumes, and I end up rating them. Honorable mention, second place and first place. That happens towards the end. So, I'll try to remember. Anyway, today we're talking about Alex. And he is one of the bachelors. Very young one. And I always assumed he was still in high school. Kind of like Abigail. Oh, the sump pump is going to be going off. We've had rain for 2 days straight. Okay. I'm just going to have to talk through it, so I apologize. Alex, Abigail, and Sam. I assume that they're still in high school, so I was never interested. And I would feel very weird choosing them as a marriage partner. But Alex has one of them fascinating background stories. He is one of the meanest characters when you first move into the valley and try to get to know everybody. He's the rudest, most... Ugh. I did not like Alex at all, and I did not want to get to know him. And then you meet his grandpa, and his grandpa's an old curmudgeon. But then there's Evelyn, and she kind of balances it off. But Alex, oh my gosh. As you get into the game and the years go by and your hearts go up, you learn things about the characters. They start sharing things. And Alex's story, I would rather have never known. That's all I can say. And I think being a mother makes it a little bit more difficult. It's hard for you to understand the emotion that goes into those types of stories if you're not in it completely. I'm not saying you wouldn't understand. Of course you would. If you have compassion, you definitely understand. But as a mother, I think it's compounded because those emotions you can only have as a mother. And from what I understand, and I don't know that these are spoilers because you guys have all been playing this game probably much longer than even I have. His mother ended up committing suicide, and it's just horrible. Absolutely horrible. I don't understand that either. Well, you don't want to get into the gory details, and I certainly don't want to get into the gory details. But it's a tough pill to swallow, and all of a sudden your entire perspective on Alex has shifted. And I mean shifted in a very dramatic way. And as a game player, you kind of sit back and ask yourself, was I just played? Is somebody toying with me here and my emotions that I don't feel like that's fair? Because as I mentioned, Alex is very brutal at the beginning. He's an absolute snot, and all you want to do is backhand him every time you see him. And then you get that out of him, and it's like, wow. And then, me being who I am, my first response is, If you truly cared that much about your mother and you wanted to make something of yourself, you never would have treated anybody else that disrespectfully, because you know it would have hurt your mother's feelings. Your mother never would have let you get away with talking to people the way you did. That's just me being a mom, I guess. I don't know. But I felt a little betrayed by the game maker in that regard. It's like, that is so not fair. But that's the way it goes, I guess. But I still, I would never choose him as a marriage partner. Even feeling as compassionate for him as you do at that point. Because as I mentioned, the age gap is just too broad, and I don't believe he is marriageable. He is in the Sam Abigail category of you need at least another decade, maybe 2, before you're ready to even consider living with another person for the rest of your life. So much growing up to do. And I mean, they're in high school. Why are you even talking about marriage in high school? I hope that's not what people are thinking about in high school. Ugh. So for that reason, I would never consider marrying Alex. The only reason I would, yes, okay, there is one reason, and that's to see. I'm not sure. I'm not into the marriage thing with Stardew Valley. That does not appeal to me. And having the kids appeals to me even less, because the kids never grow up. They remain at the toddler stage. And I don't care for that either. So if there is a possibility of interacting with the adults in the relationship, I think that would be cool. Like going to Grandpa and Grandma's for a holiday dinner or a Sunday meal or something. With any of them, actually. I think that would be cool, but I don't think that occurs in this game. So I'm going to give Alex a B tier for who he is, but I don't think that I would ever marry him. I don't know that I would ever choose him as a marriage candidate. There's always a possibility. You never say never, right? Now, as for George, his grandpa, he comes around eventually. And again, I've always had sympathy for George. He's got his issues, and he kind of has a right to be who he is. But a little niceness and charity goes a long way, and everybody in Stardew Valley really needs to learn that. And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, I don't think they do. So I give Penny here the honorable mention. I thought she looked cute. She's kind of like a cut-up clown. But I like that costume. And the only one that really has very much charity in the entire game is Evelyn. She's a sweetheart. And I guess she should be everybody's sweetheart. So I don't know. It's a tough one, let me tell you. And a second place here went to Robin. I just thought that was cool. She was dressed up as Dracula's bride or something. That was really cool. So yeah, that's about it. And here's my first place. I thought Kent looked so cool. I know you can't really see him, but I don't know who he's dressed up, the Terminator. I thought that was pretty cool. So he gets first place. So yeah, that about wraps it up for Alex. I hope I don't upset too many people with these. I mean, these are just my observations on what I glean from this gameplay. And I have to tell you at this point, one of my least favorite jobs in this game is getting to meet everybody. I really don't want to deal with the townspeople because I really don't care for any of them. As I just mentioned, kindness, just a tiny bit of kindness goes a long way. I never made these pumpkins before, so I thought I would. And I don't think there's anybody in Stardew Valley worth my time. So that is the bottom line. But I thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. I do hope you enjoyed this. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you're interested. Take very good care of yourselves. Have an absolutely fabulous day. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.